because I don't know. Oh, hello. Hey, sexy. Sorry. I'm using this mic because I was going to actually go and do the brutally honest review for Solstice, but I'm doing it tomorrow before I go to work or after work. I don't know. Either way, Solstice is over. I do plan on doing a brutally honest review. There's a bunch of shit I've got to do. Hey, how's it going? It's me, Mr. Skinny Penis here. What's up, scholars? Welcome to the counselor's office. Again, the reason I'm using this mic and not the other mic is because I had planned to use it for the brutally honest review. That's right. We're going back to we tried the dado version of brutally honest reviews for small videos. I said, fuck it. We're going to go back to where we do it, even though there's not going to be a skit for it. Solstice Enough is going to be interesting. And then after that, we have two other reviews, the systematic change and then Edge of Fate. And then technically, if we want to really go ham on brutally honest reviews, we could talk about the new player experience alone on its own. I do think it's better just equip that into the systematic changes, because that, let's be honest, we could talk about how they can improve, do a video about how they could improve the new player experience. Most people already know what I'm going to say. Anyways, I know, very long and drawn out video, but you're the part of the community, and I want to make sure we give you, yap session, right? Yeah. Anyways, shout out to the members. Thank you for all that you do and supporting the channel directly. Appreciate you. As you can tell, Pete Grossman needs that Ferrari money. So thank you. Now, moving on to the main video, the thing. People were like, all you do is just react to other people's videos. Well, today we're reacting to more like just general conversations, which is what I generally do on my reacts anyways. Like the last one video I did was about microtransactions, and it was literally like what, an hour long, and the video was 10 minutes. Like 50 minutes was just me and my talking about experiences and the direction the game is going. Like I don't know like how people are so upset about the reaction when I'm literally giving my opinion, which is what I've always done. So people with small brains don't understand, I guess. Anyways, here we go. We're going to go into a general game. We have a post by Mr. Lucky Top or Lucky 10p, whatever you want to call him. People saying I'm too negative with the news lately. And I just want to clarify that I'm still playing Destiny 2. I am too. And to say everything is going great for this franchise would be disingenuous, which I think is very fair. From the Steam reviews to the low population, we are experiencing a substantial downturn. This isn't me being negative. This is just the honest truth of the situation. Yeah, I mean, you can't deny reality. Destiny is in a shithole right now. Destiny is absolutely a cess of disgust. People, here's the thing. Can you enjoy Destiny? Absolutely. Can you have fun with Destiny? Yes. I think Destiny has amazing gunplay. There's aspects of Destiny you're never going to get in any other game. That's right. Let me just, for all the negative Nellies who just like, because it's not just him, it's everywhere. If you criticize and you point out any negativity, people are wanting you to shit out rainbows and sunshine about Destiny. Like, oh my God, why are you so negative, bitch? Do you think people want to just always be negative? Maybe people are upset because of how shitty the game is. And we're waiting. We're saying, oh, Bungie's like, hey, hello? 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 Okay, I apparently I beamed the mic too much. I gotta grip it like my penis. Well, it's really hard because it's a lot more thicker. Anyways, anyways, the mic is, by the way, just clarification, the mic is thicker. What people don't realize is that Bungie has made promises and said, we're going to do this and we're going to do that. And we've not seen anything. We've not seen improvements. Hell, they even went as far as to say that they were going to, by the way, I don't know if it's the cord going bad or if it's like, I don't know. It's kind of upsetting me that, I can't just move around without it losing. So apologies on the mic quality. Next time I'll just have a stand for it right here and I don't have to hold it. what people don't realize is that Bungie hasn't pushed out any new content into the portal. Like, sure, we got like what? The last thing we got that was new was the coil. And Bungie really wanted to make sure you knew we got the coil. In fact, that was something that they showcased and we knew we were getting from the review, like the dev reviews, was that we're getting the coil, and we haven't gotten anything new. We haven't got the missing D-Res exotic mission. No one else can do that. What about the other exotic missions that, you know, are you going to bring those in? Like what Bungie also said they were going to let Hawkmoon be craftable, and that's never fucking happened. What about that mission? You're going to bring that back? What about all anything from Episode Heresy? Hell, the Strike. Like, it would have made so much sense, especially since they took everything from Echoes and some aspects of Revenant with Kel's Fall. Hell, they could have put Tomb of Elders or even the Skull-Ass mission in there for a pinnacle op. Like, that would have been fun. Like, the reason no one did that shit wasn't because it was hard, it's because it wasn't rewarding. Now you can make that thing as fucking rewarding with tier 5 loot. Like, make it like pop the fuck off. But the point that I'm spitting out right now is that it's negative because the experience itself is negative. The news is negative. There is nothing positive coming from this shit game. And when I say shit, I mean in its current state, it is shit. It's garbage. And I want it to be good. We want it to be good. We don't want it to die. We're like looking at a pile of shit, and we knew at one point it was a rose. You're like, everything smells rosy until it turns into a pile of shit. And yes, statistics matter. This is very bad. This is fucking bad. For a brand new, not even a month. We're not even a month over. And it's already fucking ass when it comes to population. And of course, you have people desperately clinging out who are desperately coming out to try to fight the narrative, to try to, you know, the Scaro loyalists, the Matic loyalists, the Mr. Milo loyalist, all these fanboys out here desperate to cling to Bungie's ballsack. Low population, 42K isn't anything to brag about, but I was expecting way lower month after release. I don't know how low, like for 42, you think like, I think like Warframe. It makes sense because Warframe has been around since 2011, 13? No, 13, it was 13. And they do add new stuff, right? It's a very niche population. They don't take stuff away. It's an old game. And so it has a very niche population that always gets an uprise of new content, by the way. Like, it was outright beating Destiny Edge of Fate, and views just in general, especially with TennoCon. Like, people are more, it was like double the views for TennoCon than it was anyone watching the world's first raid. Like, that's pathetic. These main event people, especially content creators, like to glaze the shit out of day one being the hypest part and bringing in all the views and money and all the support, and an event just blew it out the fucking water. Everyone's in those mines. Yes, it's 42K and they're all minors. And trust me, none of them are minors with an O. No child is playing this game. All your videos are negative. That is the sad truth. I deliver the news. Whether it's negative or positive, it's not up to me. You're fine, man. No one wants pretend. You forgot that this is the Bungie does no wrong part of the cycle. Save all criticism for next month. When it flips over, the Bungie does no right. Destiny players are brainwashed. They see Bungie as a deity. Your news are dog shit, pal. And yet you still are here commenting. You gotta love those people. You gotta love it. I remember before Edge of Fate, people kept talking about how low the population would drop after a month. So far, the players have been coming back more often than they used to seem to. So here's the deal. Are people coming back to play Edge of Fate, or are they coming back to play the Portal, which is free? If you want to say that the systematic changes have been a W, I think that's a fair assessment. But I don't think saying Edge of Fate itself was a W. It was a fucking fail. So far, they keep coming back. Yeah, but even that population is dipping. Like, what are we talking about? That population is dipping. Oh, wait, this is outdated by like 4 days. Nope, never mind. Doesn't matter. Nope. Yep, that's about right. Yep, I think that speaks enough volumes. I think it's how they change the grind in the new tier system they have. It gives players something to chase and work their way up towards before people could level up to max within a week. Now it takes time for a lot of people. And you think that people, here's the deal. Once people have, like, there's the knowledge that all that stuff is about to be reset in like 3 months or 2 months. There's knowing about it and experiencing it. Do you know once someone grinds to 450 or 550, wherever the hell it is, and then Bungie resets it completely to 200. Do you think they're going to do that again after it actually happens to them? Of course not. We have not seen the full ramifications until they reset with the progression system. Now, could they turn this around and completely save the system? Very possible. Will they? I don't know. I'm pressing F to doubt with Bungie. I think it's how they've changed, yada, yada. It gives players something to chase, yada, yada. Now it's time. Now it takes time for a lot of people. Yeah, I mean, people are just going to dip out. This expansion is the worst in Destiny history. It's the sad truth. It's getting close. It's definitely getting close. I mean, I think Curse of Cyrus is still there along with Lightfall, but I think Edge of Fate, like Lightfall at least brought like a good strike and bought Strand. Like, Strand was really one of the saving graces. And I know someone's always going to be like, what about the Mr. Miyagi? You get it off and on. I think I enjoyed getting Strand off and on because when I got to play it, they gave you infinite like power juice and you got to go ham with it. Then having to be force fed dark matter. Not to say that it was okay. It was still dog shit. But I would rather be able to have a subclass that I at least get to play with and have some, you know, some fun with versus having access to dark matter and it being ass. Might be negative, but it's truth. Love this game. Hope they can turn it back around. They're receiving the feedback. It cannot be any clearer. Yes. And they've been receiving feedback for how many years and it's still not clear. It's funny. The biggest doubt here is that we have given feedback for many years. And the biggest counter argument to any Bungie ball fondler, any DGen nutsack holder is that we've given the community, not just me and not just we as like my community, the entire Destiny community has given their thoughts and opinions on the power progression. And Bungie knows we don't like it. And yet they decided to make an entire systematic change revolved around it. The expansion wasn't the expansion. The expansion was power progression, the portal. We appreciate the honesty. And what Destiny is done if the rumors of Sony having more control of Bungie are true. I don't see them funding another year of content if the player base is disappearing as quickly as it is. I don't think so. I think Sony will do something about it. Honestly, even if I'm not a huge fan of Sony, they're basically Destiny's last hope in order to get this game back on track. That's how I feel. Destiny's having a low turnout. It's their own fault. They listened to certain content creators and decided to make it harder to progress in leveling your character as well as the gameplay. Fine if you're a hardcore player, but if you're just an average player, it sucks. And I don't even think as a hardcore player, it's fun. I don't think there's a very few, even among content creators. In fact, we already know that content creators have paid other people to farm out. Like, it literally, we know that there are content creators who are paying people to log into their accounts and farm power, which is very ironic, especially people calling out TOS when you have content creators breaking it on the daily. But hey, you know, content creators get a free pass for breaking TOS. Am I right? God forbid you do or say anything in chat or something, or you I don't know. I've seen some really stupid reasons why people are getting banned. Let's see. Destiny is having a low turnout and it's their fault. Yeah. Steam players aren't the only ones playing D2. They only make up 1/3 of the player base at most. When you add console players, there's a health player base. Of course, there's going to be two issues given all the changes they made in the game, but people wanted change, right? And he's right. But he's also completely wrong. We already know, based on previous data, that consoles are about the same as PC. That it's not a 1-for-1, but it is a relatively close snapshot. And you've got to stop to think that consoles had it worse at launch. That's right. People couldn't even play the game at launch for console. So if anything, I would absolutely gamble that there's less people playing console right now than on Steam. Because why? Hello? Because why? Hello? Okay, there we go. Because seriously, there we go. I don't know what's going on. I had to work with this mic because this is my actual brutally honest mic, and I don't know what's going on. But sorry about that. Why? I'll be honest. Sweet Jesus, I'm about to go get the stand because I'm tired of whatever's going on. All right, there we go. I'm done fucking around and finding out, so that we're done. I got a stand. We're calling it a day. Here I am trying to do like podcast stuff, and it's not working out very well. I don't know. Something about the cord. Here's the dealio. I have no idea where we're at. Oh yeah, we know that console. That this is like a snapshot, a rough snapshot of what console probably has as well. And I guarantee that console's lower than Steam because of all the negative impact that it had. I think this is just cope. PC is probably more of half of the player base, and it's safe to say if PC numbers are declining, so our console, it's still incredibly low population change. Removing all in-game content are two very different statements. Exactly. Destiny 2 is done. That is the truth that Bungie needs to accept. It's been done since Lightfall. I knew it was truly done when they did a season on the Dreadnought and no one came back to the game. Only way Destiny survives is the new player experience, old player resurgence. And how do you do that? Destiny 3. That's how you do it, ladies and gentlemen. You do Destiny 3. Imagine that. The story's not captivating enough. If it went to Torvald and helped the Cabal regain and found Kepler, by the way, maybe then, wow, that's cool. Fought to regain the lost worlds. We need some of the old stuff to gradually wean off. I feel disconnected from the game I love. Don't feel bad because they disconnected everyone. 90% of the game was just being ignored now. I think Solstice being a good event for people above 300 light covered a lot of holes for people, but the crash back down to Earth is going to be rough. I could see. So I think your statement alone is bad, that it is benefiting people at 300 light and above to get those juicy drops. So, and using a Solstice as a good event, God, I cannot wait for you all to see my brutally honest review. Boy. Sad to see so many people love this game and Bungie's overall body of work. It has been years. I get it, but it just doesn't make sense why they wouldn't be working on a full reboot after the 10-year saga ended. That's Destiny Rising. You want like a reboot, refresh of a story and a new direction? Destiny Rising. It's just unfortunate it's mobile only, unless you're using like an emulator. Obviously, we've seen this person, so I'm moving on. It's been going down after the final shape. That should have been the end, but they forced it to continue to make money. I do agree that is the case. Episodes definitely felt forced. Wasn't the moneymaker. Marathon wasn't the moneymaker and was risky. Now they're putting out half-assed content for the same price as they don't have the manpower, morale, or resources. And I think that's true. You are paying more for less. I think it's absolutely fair to say that Edge of Fate should have been $20. Edge of Fate should have been $20. Nothing about Edge of Fate is worth $40. Not a damn thing is worth $40. The exotics, mid as fuck. And you can't even say like the scout rifle because it's part of the reward pass, which you can buy separately. Yeah, you can buy that separately. Like everything, all the exotics are mid as fuck. There's no strike. There's no new lost sectors. And hell, you could call like the Caldera portal thing a lost sector, but it's also free. Like you can play the Caldera map for free. Who would have thunk? I got 16K hours in the game and I haven't passed ranked 220. I have zero motivation. I suck. I can't get tier 5s for flawless. So only people with grinding PV gets rewarded. Dumb as fuck. I'm just dumbfounded that you have 16K hours and you're only 220. Like, you can't say at 16 hours that you're a casual player. Maybe? Is it possible to play casually and get to 16K hours? Like, maybe if this is the only game you play, maybe? Like, what are we calling casual with 16K hours? Like, that's more than anything I have combined. Even with Destiny 1, I don't have 16K hours. Lucky seems to be really fair when he talks about the news. It's not his fault if the news is negative. Listen to how he words stuff. He doesn't bash Bungie like other people. And he doesn't shill for Bungie either. I'd say Lucky is one of the most fair news guys on the platform. It's not hard to see. Nah, if you're gonna bash, I think it's okay to bash. Make it fair. If you're gonna criticize, make it fair. I think calling them out and bashing them is fair. Hell, we have people bashing, the government. I think anyone that says that you can't bash something or because you bash, oh, now you're not fair. It's bullshit. It's just pandering bullshit. Now, if you hate the hate, that's a different thing. But like, if you have criticism, it's okay to bash someone for it. And when I say bash, I'm not sitting there saying Bungie's stupid and dumb and blah 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 blah. No, like there's obvious reasons why the game is not doing well, and I'm trying not to list them out because I want to do a brutally honest review. Anyways, it's not just a lot of people, as you can tell, have similar thoughts. If you were positive, they would say something can't win with people like that. Unfortunately, Bungie has made the bed and have been lying in it some time. We have finally yanked the covers off, and I think they have woken up, but I have been wrong from time to time. I hope they can turn it around. Under Activision, we had more players, sadly, and better content releases. As much as people, yes, let's just get the elephant out of the room. Activision is the reason Call of Duty has MTX and it's becoming Fortnite. With that said, with how Destiny is now versus what it could have been, I would be okay with Activision, even though we would still have the same MTX, but at least the quality of content would have been better. It would have been better. We hate Bungie at the same time we love it. No. We hate fucking Bungie. We love Destiny. There's a different situation here. Destiny 2 may not be perfect, but it's hell of a game. Does it stress me out? Yes, but I still play it all the time. That's because we have Stockholm Syndrome. I guess people don't know what a news reporter is. Lucky is not a news reporter. I'm not a news reporter. I'm a reactor. He's a reactor. He's not a journalist. He does not do professional journalism. You would have to do professional research, and he doesn't do that. I took a break from the game. I'm still deciding if he's a fucking content creator. He's not a journalist. Let's what are we going to start calling him? CNN, Fox News? I enjoy all the news from the article reads or tweets. Reads, no hate, what I see. I don't like they removed all the quality changes that they made before Edge of Fate. There was a lot of Edge changes that was going to be talked about in my brutally honest review about the systematic changes. They removed so many good things that it doesn't make any sense at all. Anyways, it's not just him. We have Joker. I've been saying it for years. All of this was available, but a vocal portion of the D2 community didn't want to listen. And so when given an off-ramp, the vast silent majority of players took it. And I think that's true. A lot of people decided, you know what? We're moving away. However, the silent majority are also the ones that show up to my videos and give comments. The silent majority are also the ones that are speaking up because they're tired of it. They want to come back. There's a large portion of people who don't play Destiny but want to come back, and that's what makes them mad at Bungie. That they had to abandon the thing that they enjoy or love, and Bungie's like, don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out. Like, to be completely disrespected that players are leaving, and Bungie doesn't seem to give a shit. Like, it's like being broken, your ex-girl, having a girlfriend break up with you and then hooking up with another guy and just completely ignoring you. Ignoring that you existed. Oh, I must have not been that important if you already hooked up with someone else. Man, damn, that makes me feel good. And that's what players feel like. Bungie's already moving on. They don't give a shit. So that's why you have a lot of angry players. For a game as massive as D2, it's much more than 42K. If the final shape, in spite of its high player count, still result in layoffs, what do people think is in store when this expansion could only reach a fraction of that count? 100%. People never think past their moment-to-moment enjoyment to long-term viability. I don't believe people are calling him negative. He's so positive. It's toxically positive at times. I don't know. And then obviously, yes. Let's see. Any comments? Nope. Let's go to his, though. Not a lot. The game still holding 40K players after the was considered a bad expansion isn't a bad thing. This is actually a huge W considering most people quit after the final shape. Man, toxic positivity. It's a huge W. Is it really? $40K afterwards considered a bad isn't a bad thing. Hold on. So let's kind of review things. So this is where we started off. We're not even like about a month over, and we're already here, right? We're already bada bia, right? The average player base was here even in July was 40K, and then with all the events going on, we got about an average of 4K more players. Let's roll it back to the final shape. Oh damn! Huh? Even with 300K, and it still has 100 something fucking players, and then the next month it's 62 with a peak of 100. Wow, isn't that crazy? Within 2 months, all of July. Damn. That's right, 2 months later, and it's still holding 60K. Not the best, by the way. Like, I'm not saying, damn, that's 20K more. Man, we're really popping off. I mean, when you think the peak is still at 100, like the top amount of people playing at one time, that's pretty decent. Not great, considering where we were back in the day, but considering they are recovering from the failure of Lightfall, that's pretty decent. And then obviously we start getting into the realization that Echo sucks ass. And then we're getting into Revenant. And then we're getting into obviously Heresy, which is not doing shit all. Like, you can just tell after the final shape when reality sets in that, oh, now we're getting slop, the players leave. And guess what? We started with slop and we're still pretty much going downhill, right? We're already meeting some averages. So if you want to clap your hands, like, oh man, we are averaging 40K players when it's a game that had over hundreds of players. When we're looking at how Destiny used to be, hundreds of players in the 70s and 80s. Sure, it went up and down, but it kept a general peak. Look at the peaks. We're not looking at average, but overall for a month, every month having massive player base, massive turnaround. Sure, there was moments where it dropped, but we're talking about a game that was holding at peaks hundreds of players. So I don't know what happened here, but this definitely wasn't good. Whatever the month this was ass. Then we got a boost here. Then obviously this was Lightfall, and we saw it Lightfall drop, and then you can just see it just kind of nosedive. But even Lightfall kept hundreds of players, even though the average dropped, and you could just see it. It still kept people around. So I think this is a lot of fucking cope from people like this that are just desperate to like have this agenda, this narrative that everything is great. This is all W. Destiny isn't suffering. I hate to tell you, but Sony would not put their hands on Bungie and say, we're taking over if Bungie was successful. If Destiny was successful, Bungie would still be maintain control of its own company. But Sony's taking over. It's because Destiny isn't successful. It's not thriving. It's only surviving. And yes, this is unlike we're talking about like Halo Infinite, or we're talking about like whatever like Call of Duty. Even at their worst, these companies have multiple titles, and so they can have lost leaders. Bungie can't afford to have Destiny be a loss leader, especially when Marathon is even more a loss leader at this point. It's a time sink. It's a failure. Marathon was supposed to already gearing up to have some betas for its release, and we know that's not going to happen. Or they're doing it in secret because they're like, shh, we can't have people. We got to stay low. Maybe they'll forget how ass Marathon is. The reality is I don't see Bungie as it is turning this around. I don't. I think that the Star Wars cash grab is going to grab some people. I think this number going to go up, and then it's going to go back straight down. And it's probably going to go even lower once people realize this game is, unless Bungie does a miracle and change and do some 360 changes on the power progression. But once people start realizing how bad the power progression is, those new people are going to dip the fuck out. When they realize that the new player experience is fucking ass, they're going to dip the fuck out. And that's what's going to happen. So the final thing is everyone, especially me and Lucky and everyone who's reacting and reporting all the things happening, are we just being negative to be negative? No. A fucking course not, mate. Of course not. It's because it is. It's staring you in the fucking face. It's because shit is negative, you dumbasses. It is negative. It's not because we're just making it negative. Shit is hitting the pan and it's negative. What more do you want? Seriously, what more do you want? Denied. That's not it. They erased it. My soundboard got erased. I'm so sad. Anyways, what more do you want from me? I don't know. That's all I gotta say. Anyways, I'm Mr. Gaming Counselor. Let me know what you think down below. As always, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you like having more raw, brutally honest takes, and you don't want someone, pussyfooting around, sucking the taint of Bungie, isn't a content shield. You came to the right channel. I give it to you raw. Not literally I'll take you out to dinner if you want it raw like that. You know what? No, we're done here. Anyways, until next time, don't forget to game out. And also apologies for the mic hiccup. I'll try to have that taken care of next time. And yeah, see ya. Don't